Hi, welcome. I know why you're here, and it's not to learn calculus, it's to join me in the simultaneous sip. So if you have your coffee ready, please join me. The question we're working on today is, evaluate the limit as x goes to negative infinity of the square root of 9x squared plus 2x plus 3x. So we can start this question by first writing it down. So we have the limit as x goes to negative infinity of the square root of 9x squared plus 2x plus 3x. And the first thing we should do is try to just plug in an arbitrarily large negative number and see what happens. And if we do that, we get infinity from this term and negative infinity over here. So we get infinity minus infinity, which doesn't really tell us anything. It just tells us that there's a lot more work to be done in this question. So let's get rid of this. So what we could do is we could multiply this expression by the conjugate. So we'll multiply by the square root of 9x squared plus 2x minus 3x over itself. And what we get is the limit as x goes to negative infinity. The numerator becomes 9x squared plus 2x minus 9x squared. And the denominator, well, nothing happens to the denominator. And notice in the numerator, we have a 9x squared minus a 9x squared. So those cancel out. So we're left with the limit as x goes to negative infinity of 2x over the square root of 9x squared plus 2x minus 3x. And now what we're going to do is divide the numerator and denominator by the highest power of x that appears in each. And so now you're thinking, well, maybe it's x squared, but notice that x squared is inside of a square root. So x to the first is the highest power of x that appears. So we'll multiply both the numerator and denominator by 1 over x. Okay, and I'm going to write this out off camera because it'll be neater if I take my time. Okay, so I multiplied the numerator and denominator by 1 over x, and we got 2 over the square root of 9x squared plus 2x all over x minus 3. And so now what we have to recall is that when x goes to negative infinity, x is equal to negative the square root of x squared. Okay, so we could replace this x with negative square root of x squared. And then we could bring it into this square root. So I'll do that off camera again. So using this fact here, we replace x with negative square root of x squared, and our limit becomes the limit as x goes to negative infinity of 2 over negative square root of 9x squared plus 2x all over x squared minus 3. And now we could cancel out the terms. So we have negative the square root of 9 plus 2 over x minus 3. And this is equal to, well, 2 doesn't get affected by the limit. This term here will go to 0. So we're just left with negative the square root of 9. So that's negative 3 minus 3. which is equal to negative 1/3. And that's it. So this complicated limit here is equal to negative 1/3. Well, thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time. Don't text and drive. Bye-bye.